Discount gift cards are a lot like bonds. In fact, they're particularly like zero coupon bonds. So, zero coupon bonds are bonds that are purchased at a discount to face value and then at maturity pay out that face value. So, for example, you could buy a $100 bond for $99 and it matures in 6 months or in a year. That would be a zero coupon bond. You don't get any interest payments before that final payment, but you only get one payment and it pays you more than what you paid for it initially, and that's how you get a return, is through that additional money. Um, Discount gift cards are very much like that. So you purchase them at a discount less than they're actually worth in purchasing power at the retailer they belong to. They give you access to that much purchasing power. And like a bond, they have some credit risk. So if you buy gift cards for something like, I don't know, Borders. Borders used to be a bookstore, a retail bookstore with many different retail locations, and you could buy a Borders gift card and buy books at Borders, but they're no longer in business. So if you have these gift cards, eventually they're not going to be worth anything. You won't be able to actually cash out on them. I had some actually, and I was able to use them all, but when the company was shutting down the location near me, it became difficult to find things that I actually wanted to buy with my gift card. So you do run a little bit of risk that way, in the same way that you run a credit risk by holding a bond for a company. So if you buy a bond for something like, I don't know, Disney, like if you have a Disney bond, if there's a problem with Disney and they're not able to make payments and fulfill the promises that company has made to various creditors, it's possible. It's not likely, but it's possible that people who hold bonds won't be paid back in full. They wouldn't receive necessarily all their interest or even possibly some of their principal. They may take what's called a haircut and not even get the full value that they paid initially. So there's that. Gift cards have some advantages. One key advantage that discount gift cards have over bonds is that you can have them pay out faster. So your goal as someone who does discount gift cards should be to have them have an average holding period of less than 6 months. For secondhand gift cards that you've bought off an online exchange that another consumer had held for some period of time, you should try to spend those before any sort of policy or guarantee, like a return policy, expires. So you don't want to be caught having to rely on the kindness of strangers. That's a different kind of credit risk, one that doesn't have to do with the retailer itself, but with the person that you purchased the gift card from in the first place. That first owner of the gift card, you're having to trust them if you hold the gift card longer than the return policy of the exchange that you purchased it from. Another factor is that you may actually get some gift cards firsthand, ones that have come from a company directly, and those have not been contaminated by exposure to another consumer. Those are less of an issue in you spending them in a short period of time. So I think on average, since the secondhand card refund policies or guarantees tend to last somewhere between a month and 2 months, and you're probably going to get more discount gift cards that way with steeper discounts, I would guess that your average is going to be less than 6 months. So there are many reasons why gift cards are actually discount. There are many reasons why discount gift cards are a better investment tool than bonds. And I know that sounds really weird to say that, but it's true. Unfortunately, they actually provide a better return. You having a cache of many, many gift cards, say like $300 worth of gift cards, that $300 that you've allocated to a revolving inventory of gift cards that you've gotten at a discount will have much higher return than you using that $300 to purchase a bond. And there are many reasons for that. One reason is that the discounts themselves are just higher numerical values than what you'd normally find in the bond market. Today, if I was to have a short-term bond or a cash account with the bank or a certificate of deposit, a CD with a bank, the rates that I would get for short periods of time would be something like 1% or lower. And most of the discounts that I see for gift cards tend to be much higher than that. The idea of getting a 10% return from a bond is phenomenal. You'd have to find a very high credit risk borrower to get that high of a return. In addition, gift cards are better than bonds because you can get paid back on a shorter holding period. So a lot of the discounts that you would get from a gift card are higher, but not only are they higher, but you realize them faster. So you'd be able to, that if you're able to take purchases that you would have made in a month and cycle through gift cards every month, you would be getting those savings monthly as opposed to annually. So you have to wait less. You have shorter times to have to wait. Another reason why discount gift cards are superior to bond investments is that they have superior tax treatment. Most bonds are taxable. So with the exception of municipal bonds or bonds that you're holding in a retirement account, most bank account balances, most certificates of deposit, most corporate bonds are taxable. So they get treated as regular income. And if you're deciding between allocating a small amount of money towards discount gift cards or buying a bond, you should probably allocate them to discount gift cards, because even without considering these other factors we just talked about, the tax treatment alone is superior because we're talking about savings versus taxable income. So you get to keep all your savings, but with taxable income, you're going to have to pay taxes. Finally, there's another math reason for support that supports discount gift cards over bond investments. It's because gift cards are stated as discounts, whereas bonds are stated in terms of returns. And we'll find out that discounts are, for the same amount of money, for the same benefit, a discount is just smaller numerically than a return. Okay, so let's think about tax treatment. Interest is taxable as regular income if it's a regular bond and it's not inside of a tax advantage account like a retirement account or a 529 plan or a Coverdell. And if you go ahead and get something that's either a taxable bond or if you get a dividend stock, you're either going to be paying a much higher tax rate for a taxable income bond, or you might be paying like as low as 15% for a long-term dividend. If you're in the right state that doesn't have any state income taxes, you'll just have to pay that 15% long-term dividend or capital gain. However, you don't have to pay anything if you're just talking about savings. So let's come up with an example. So let's pretend that we have a household whose highest income tax bracket is 25% at the federal level and 5% at the state level. So together, that's a 30% marginal tax rate. Let's ask the question for this household. Should the household deposit $500 in a savings account that grows to $520 at the end of the year, or should the person buy $520 of gift cards, like the face value of gift cards, at a discounted price of $500? So we're talking about the same deployment of $500 to benefit that household, but we're going to talk about whether or not it's going to be savings through discount gift cards or a return that is taxable. So if you were to get that taxable bond pay $500 to get 4% return, and you get $520 at the end of the year. That household that pays 30% as a marginal tax rate would have to pay 30% of that $20 profit, of that $20 interest. So that's 30% times $20 or $6. So the after-tax earnings, once you've paid Uncle Sam, is $14. Meanwhile, if you had just bought the discounted gift cards, you would have gotten all $20 savings benefit to you. So because that $20 is higher than $14, taxes will tend to favor those gift cards. Saving is better than earning, unfortunately. So a dollar saved is more than a dollar earned. There's another issue with gift cards in that they're quoted as discounts. So we always talk about, oh, it's 10% off, or it's 15% off, or it's 5% off. But we don't talk about discounts when we talk about investments. We talk about returns. And they're calculated differently. So a discount is the value of whatever it is you're buying minus the price divided by the value. So this, whatever you're dividing by here, that's like the basis. So we always think about the basis when we're consumers as the value you get at the end. But if you're an investor, it's like the basis is more, you think about it as like the amount of money you paid initially, your initial investment, that's the basis. And that changes the actual calculation. So let's think about this. Let's consider a scenario where you have a zero coupon bond, like either a gift card or a zero coupon bond, and you pay in $90 and you get $100 at the end. All right. In either scenario, if it's a gift card, you paid $90 at the discounted price and it's $100 of purchasing power. Or if it's a zero coupon bond, you paid $90 initially and you get out $100 at the end. It's the same benefit in this example to the household or whoever the person is that's working this. However, the discount will be different than the return. If you look at this, the discount, when you calculate it, is the difference between the value and the price, $10, divided by $100, which is 10%. But the return is that $10 again divided by $90. So that's actually 11.1%. So a return overstates the discount, or the discount understates the return. For the same benefit, the return is going to be bigger than the discount. So even if someone said, hey, the taxes are the same, which they aren't, and the percentages are the same, which they aren't, a 5% discount versus a 5% return, you should pick the 5% discount. So even the way that we state the math and the way that we state the benefit to the consumer is biased towards investing versus saving. So if you have an equal number, an equal percentage benefit, you should go with the discount. You should go with the gift card over the bond. So that's a lot of reasons to favor gift cards over bonds. You get higher percentage returns, well, higher percentage quotes, right? Like X percent either off or return. You get higher for gift cards typically. You have a shorter holding period, so you're able to cycle through and get higher effective annual rates. Superior tax treatment means that you don't get any sort of anything of your savings collected by the government. And also there's a mathiness to this in that there's the way we state these things, a percentage is not the same thing between a discount and a return. And if you restate things as returns from discounts, it's a higher return than it is a discount. So all of these reasons support gift cards as a way of building wealth above bonds. So in our next videos, we're going to talk about how gift cards are a very effective way of gifting to family and friends, like over the holidays or for a birthday or something. And we're also going to talk about their role in the economy. So I hope you enjoy those videos as well.